Welcome back to Crypto Atlas, your daily source for crypto whale alerts, crypto market news, and DeFi gems. And guys, I hope that you're doing well. I hope you guys are having a solid day because we got some serious whale activity to talk about. So let's go ahead and start right where the action is because these Bitcoin transfers today are not small, subtle, or boring. So the first alert shows a massive 5,151 Bitcoin move that's worth roughly $445 million going from an unknown wallet to another unknown wallet. And when I see unknown to unknown at this size, my first thought is not panic selling, it's internal reshuffling. This looks like custody movement, consolidation, or preparation. Whales don't randomly move $500 million unless there's a reason, and the timing here really matters. And then not long after that, we get another monster transfer. This one is 5,152 Bitcoin, about $437 million. But this one goes from an unknown wallet straight to Binance. This is the one that makes people nervous, and honestly, that's fair. Exchange-bound Bitcoin always raises eyebrows because it introduces the possibility of selling pressure. But here's the thing. Whales don't always send funds to exchanges just to dump on the open market. A lot of this can be for collateral, derivatives, internal liquidity, or even preparing for structured products. Still, when you combine this with the first unknown to unknown move, it starts to feel like coordinated positioning rather than random behavior. And then later in the day, we see a smaller but still very meaningful transfer of 1,672 Bitcoin, about $142 million, again moving between unknown wallets. What's interesting here is the split receiver amounts, which suggests distribution rather than a single clean move. That can mean wallet management, fund separation, or even prepping assets for future deployment. When you zoom out, these three alerts together paint a picture of whales getting organized. This does not scream crash or moon by itself, but it absolutely screams volatility coming. Big money is moving chess pieces, and retail usually feels the effects after the board is set. And before we get into the other news for the day, I want to let you guys know real quick, there's a crypto exchange called BTCC. I do have my referral link down in the description below. There are benefits for this. You guys can check these out on the screen right here. Also, you can check me out on Telegram if you want to stay updated on the latest with these whale alerts. Go ahead and join that too. Also with the crypto news. So let's go ahead and zoom out and talk macro because the timing of these whale moves lines up perfectly with some of the heavy news. So first off, the Bank of Japan just raised interest rates by 25 basis points to a 30-year high. That's huge. Japan has been the poster child for low rates forever. So this signals that global monetary conditions are still shifting. Crypto tends to react strongly when long-standing financial norms start breaking, and this definitely qualifies, and not really in a good way, guys. But what do we have that's good news? Well, Ash Crypto also highlighted a trio of bullish developments. US core CPI dropped to 2.6%, the lowest since March of 2021. Which opens the door for more rate cuts and possibly quantitative easing in 2026. The Bank of England cut rates by 25 basis points, and the European Central Bank raised its growth forecast for the next 2 years. That's a pretty friendly macro cocktail for risk assets, including crypto. Then we have the bull theory breakdown, which honestly sums up how wild today was. Bitcoin pumped over $2,000 on bullish CPI news, liquidating shorts and adding $70 billion to the market. Then almost immediately, it reversed hard, erasing over $100 billion in market cap and liquidating longs. Whether you call it manipulation or just brutal market mechanics, this kind of price action benefits players with size, speed, and information. And now let's go ahead and switch gears, talking about XRP. CoinMarketCap reported that Vivo Power plans to originate up to $300 million in Ripple shares, giving indirect exposure to nearly $1 billion in XRP. Chad Steingraber followed up with excitement around the XRP ETF inflows hitting record levels, pushing toward $100 million per day. Then you have Bank XRP. They added that Ripple is deepening its partnership with TGM through Ripple Prime, improving institutional trade execution and clearing. Then we go back to Chad, who also made a bold comparison, pointing out that if XRP ever saw ETF inflows like Bitcoin did in a single day, the impact on actual XRP demand could be massive due to settlement mechanics. And you add to that that RLUSD cementing itself as a top 5 USD stablecoin, celebrating over 1 billion in market cap, Ripple becoming a US national trust bank, and XRP spot ETFs logging daily inflows since launch. That's a lot of momentum, and it explains why whales are paying attention right now. So stepping back, this is why I keep saying watch what whales do. Do not just watch what the prices do. When macro shifts, ETFs grow, and institutions quietly build infrastructure, the real story is often hidden in the wallet movements and settlement flows. And none of this is financial advice, but it does suggest we're in a transition phase, not a sleepy one. Volatility tends to reward patience and punish overconfidence. Keep your risk in check, stay curious, and don't let short-term noise shake a long-term plan. We'll keep tracking these moves together, guys, and I'll be breaking them down in the best language I can for you, and I'll let you guys know as things continue to change. So just take a look here at the price movement for Bitcoin. You can see that it's actually up about 2% for the day. This is a little bit refreshing because with the Japan news of that rate hike, we have historically seen crypto crash quite dramatically, about 20%. This very well could be a fake out. We could start to see these prices climbing up a little bit before they have a further drop. People have been talking about on the daily that we've seen right around market open for the stock market time that, oh, look, things are moving really nicely for Bitcoin, several $1,000s increase, and then boom, crashes down even harder. And you can see that reflected here where we have these tall wicks taking place over a series of days. Not every single day, right? Not the highest point. They've had points where it didn't exceed where it initially started for the day. But yeah, we are definitely seeing volatility increasing comparison to what we saw back around December 13th, December 14th. And even on the new day, here on the new day, we're already above the entire day's volume for back on December 13th. So that should tell you quite a bit right there. Sitting in this Fibonacci retracement zone, essentially right on the middle point. So trying to see where this could go. It's going to be volatile, guys. A lot of people are expecting this to go down because of the change with Japan and how that historical trend has shifted. But just because it's happened numerous times does not mean that that trend cannot be broken. So if everyone is expecting to go one way, you might get psyched out and big players cause it to push another direction. We'll have to see how things actually react with this. What I am most curious about is what's going to happen in the news today. The main thing is because of the files. The files are supposed to be released today. There's potential war that's going to be breaking out. So yeah, things are definitely wild. I'll keep you guys updated. And you can check me out over on Blue Sky at Crypto Atlas. I have that link down below. And thank you so much to those of you that are supporting me on Patreon and those of you who support me on YouTube memberships. I really, really appreciate it, guys. God bless you, and we'll see you in the next episode.